speak moron as well as you, but let me try.
What the hell is supposed to do, you moron?
It's a moron. That's not against the law.
Gun! You fucking moron!
Stuff like Batman.
Because he is Batman, you moron.
What are you, a fucking moron?
Ah!
You moron. Drop dead. Moron.
Whoa!
Up here, you morons.
Stepping morons like yourself.
Me down, you moron! Hey, moron!
Fairly strong week last week.
So, see, over the last month, we've been in and out the top 100. So, see how it only ever used to show us the Apple top 100? That's all I could ever find in the chart thing. But now there's one that gives you Spotify and Apple combined. So we've been in and out of that a lot over the last month or so, which is quite good.
It's interesting. It's interesting looking at how the downloads go, because sometimes you can range from like between 5 and 10 a day, but then it will shoot up to like 30 to 40 for one day. If I look at the downloads for this month, guys, right, alone, as you can imagine, 99% of it's from the UK, but we've got a small stint in America where people are downloading it. But we've also got one person randomly that's downloaded it in Iran.
Amazing.
And one in Sweden. So,
see, I do wonder if some of these folk are using like mad VPNs and shit to get the shit.
But you think if you're doing anything illegal online, an Iranian VPN is probably going to cause me red flags in what you're actually doing that's illegal in the first place.
Good point. Very good point.
Well, guys, if we were to take our top 5 downloaded countries, I'll give you the first 2 to start with, of the UK and the United States. What would be the next 3 top countries that download the Morons Review Movies podcast?
I'm sure Germany was up high.
Germany is 4th on the list.
Oh, I'm sure we did have somewhere like Indonesia or something like that.
Close. India is our 3rd highest.
Wow. Hello, Indian listeners. And guten Abend to our German listeners.
Indonesia was 6 as well, Daniel. You're not far. Weirdly, these are all above Ireland, which is 7th on our list. But the last country is Australia.
Oh, that's quite good.
So from the land down under, thank you very much for listening. We'll flip the camera upside down.
There you go. Well, last week's one I was correct in saying good night at the end. That was a nod up to our Aussie listeners.
Oh yeah, well done. Nailed it.
Well, guys, nice to see you again. Another week gone. Thankfully, Sean's made this one on time this time.
Are you okay? Are you a bit hungover?
I'm very rough, aye.
It's a long hangover you've had, Sean.
Get far too old for that.
You can tell that he's struggling because he's saying what he needs to say, and then he's no talking outside of that whatsoever.
Yeah. I'm not much value today, guys. I do apologise. Like, I woke up, like, this morning, it was like horrendous, and then like Laurie's been back shift, so like I felt I had this nap at like 1 o'clock until like 2, and then I fell asleep on the couch earlier on. I just feel dead groggy now.
This is what happens when you go out drinking all day when you're in your 30s.
I know.
Oh, you sound so full of regret. Like you sound like an ad not drinking.
Ridiculous. It's so bad.
Let's cheer you up by talking about the movie that we're going to be reviewing this week that was selected by Burnsie, I believe. Burnsie, had you seen this one before?
No, I hadn't, no. This was like, I took a lot of care in this pick because I think when we, on 2 weeks ago's episode, I realised that whatever one I'd picked before, I think it was Meet the Parents, wasn't on our streaming site, so I had to change it, and I changed it within about 2 minutes flat. And all I did was went into Netflix, looked at Romance, and then picked one. So there's a lot of thought that's went into this.
You went for Friends with Benefits, which is a young man and woman decide to take their friendship to the next level without becoming a couple, but soon discover that adding sex only leads to complications. Who would have thought it? Starring Justin Timberlake. There, if we go back to last week's episode, this is a man that gets referenced about being Justin trouser snake a lot. It's apparently swinging, this boy. I'll get my research up in the background, guys, for later use. Burnsie, take us away with your thoughts. You are the king of romance in this group, which says a lot about this group.
Thanks. So obviously I had no idea what I was going into basically when I started this. Obviously the title sort of makes it a wee bit obvious, but in terms of actually how I'd first time watched, didn't have any idea how it was going to progress. I thought it was quite enjoyable, probably as expected. A lot of the stuff. You're never going to watch this kind of film and give it a massively high rating, but I'd imagine that probably everyone thought it was quite amusing. Not just because she's stunning, as I thought Mila Kunis was classing it just with her mannerisms and how she was quite funny. It seemed as if she fitted the role perfectly. It seemed like natural to her. And although the script I didn't think was anything great, as I thought her and Justin Timberlake were good in it together, and they sort of carried it themselves really. There seems as if there's quite good chemistry between them as well. So it didn't feel as if you're just watching two people on screen. It seems as if it flowed quite well with the progression of their relationship, or whatever you want to call what happened between them in the film. I thought as well that the other part I liked about the film was that when they introduced like both sides, each family to the film, it added a bit more layers to it instead of just being pretty standard and just like if it was just a film that was just about the two of them and that was it might have got a bit boring at stages for me. But I thought because they added the different parts into her mum and his dad, who's got is it dementia? Is it Alzheimer's? He's got dementia.
Yeah, Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's has got.
I think similar story.
Yeah, that's what I wasn't sure if it was. I wasn't sure if it was what one it was. That was I have not read up in this film after it, to be honest. The bits that I thought was a bit weird how Justin Timberlake starts talking to his sister about how if this is meant to be his supposed like best friend, how he's like saying how damaged she is, how basically she's making it sound as if she's a bit of a roaster, and yeah, he's just bad mouthing her to his sister. Obviously, he's not expecting her to be in the room at this point, but
that's a proper denial thing, though. That's like, I'm going to tell you what's the nastiest thing, so you'll stop saying how much I like her, because I really do like her.
I just think a bit over the top, though. I thought, like a bit too extreme.
That is a bit annoying because they make this. The sister makes the point of saying, "Where is Jamie?" Like she's already left, and then pops her head out of the box in the middle of the room.
Yeah, I know. And I thought the ending was a bit over the top at the central station as well. Like that was just a bit cringe. I thought, like some folk might be like, "Oh, that was so class. It was really romantic and all this." I'm like, nah, too much. Not for me. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it. It wasn't a film I'd even heard of before I even started this, so I was fairly surprised that I did enjoy it. Obviously, I think probably I would enjoy any film that Mila Kunis is on right enough. So, but yeah, it was good.
I tell you what, when you watch this and you see the half naked bodies and what a chassis you see on the screen, the absolute perfect peachy arse as well, and then Mila Kunis comes on and ruins it. I think we should spend the next 10 minutes talking about Justin Timberlake's abs, please.
I don't know. He's not going to. I don't think he's one of the most attractive men we've seen. He's still got a weird face to me. I don't think he's not high in my handsome men list. Justin Timberlake.
He's still got the curly NSYNC hair.
It's that weird face. He looks like an animal, like a meerkat or something.
Well, Burnsie, just to echo a lot what you're saying there, I quite enjoyed this film. Like, I'd never seen it before, and it's one of these films that you put on, you know fine well what's going to happen. You know the storyline before you even turn it on, and how it's going to end. They're going to get together and fall in love, blah blah blah. But I really liked all the side characters in it. Woody Harrelson was excellent. This is the best movie I've seen him in that he's played basketball.
Fuck off.
I just his character was excellent. Her mum was quite funny. Really over the top. Like obviously very very unrealistic to what would happen in real life, but it was still quite funny. I usually hate this type of character, but I really like the Shaun White character. Obviously, that's him playing himself, but it was just such a random thing to have in the film that I thought it made sense because it was just a bit all over the place.
Who's that?
The snowboarder.
Oh, the wank. He was a wanker.
Aye, but he's like,
is he actually famous in real life?
Aye, he's a real life snowboarder. There was he had a PlayStation game.
Wow, spectacular. Is he like the Tony Hawk of snowboarders?
Pretty much, aye. So to me that was quite cool, but it was quite like it's not a laugh out loud funny film, but it's not boring. There's much more entertainment in this than there is in the fucking Queen movie that we watched. That's for sure.
I'm going to jump in here and say the complete opposite of you, just to give some contrast.
Sure.
I just thought this was really poor. Like, do you know what I find? Like, see, I quite like a good romantic comedy sometimes, right? But the ones I dislike are the ones that are completely unrelatable, right? This guy's like the fucking editor of GQ fucking magazine, and she's like this high-powered headhunter, and he's able to fucking arrange a full Grand Central Station flash mob, and they're like, let's just fly to LA for the weekend, and it's like, it makes me not care about these people and their happiness.
Like that sounded to me as if that was like something that would have been planned like months and months in advance. So I think that was.
I know when you're loaded. Do you mean these guys are able to just do what the fuck they want?
I did find it funny when they just booked in a flight without any details whatsoever.
Aye.
I know.
Aye, you can do all that shit when you're loaded. This is it. It's like this mythical world where you could just fucking kick about New York and have these amazing apartments and fucking
climb up to the top of the big skyscrapers and look at the stars.
Aye, and like I don't have any sympathy for any character in this. Oh, boo-hoo, you're shagging Mila Kunis and then you didn't want it to be serious, so she wants to go with someone else. Fucking unlucky, mate. Like, and same for her. Oh, you're getting to shag this Justin Timberlake guy as and when you want, and date other guys, and shag a doctor, and he doesn't mind. They're all just getting the best of everything. And I just don't know who you're meant to ever feel sorry for, or like, there's. It feels like
sorry for Justin Timberlake one bit. I thought he came across as a bit of a knob.
Aye, they're both quite entitled, and I don't know. It didn't click with me. I didn't find it funny. And the thing I really didn't like about it was they were taking the piss out of the romantic comedies in the background by having that Jason Segel one, right?
Yeah.
And that only works if you're doing the opposite of the romantic comedy. For that to work, this should have ended with them still just shagging each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the opposite. Do you mean that's kind of the vibe they seem to be going for? So see at the end when they just became an actual couple, it just was like every other fucking romantic comedy film. I was really disappointed in it.
You make a really valid point because these type of movies, I suppose, validate that, like, that they're going to be a couple anyway. Like it puts these scenarios where them meeting other people just cannot happen because they've got this background. But like, there's nothing to stop them finding someone else. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, it's strange. It's a strange movie. I don't know what it's trying to do. Like, I think the concept sounds quite good. Like a movie about an idea, maybe that's different for a normal romantic comedy where they've got this agreement where they just have sex and they're pals. And I think for that to work, they should probably both go and get married to other people and that sort of shit. And then you get like a Burnsie love triangle and that. But they introduced that doctor for a wee bit. Bucked off and that was it. Like there wasn't really any sort of conflict or anything. She overheard him say something that wasn't very nice and that was about it. Like I don't know. I feel like very little happened apart from loads of scenes of Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake having cringy sex scenes where they were just like asking each other what they wanted to do all the time and giving each other instructions in an awkward way.
I thought that was meant to be the humorous part of it though, instead of just like that was meant to be funny. I took from that.
Wait, you guys can't relate to being told what to do, but then you don't have to tell the woman what to do.
I'm not going to time to tell the woman what to do. Just looking at it is enough sometimes.
Just looking at it is enough sometimes. There's the name of the podcast.
Hunter, high five on way on that one.
I mean, they're two experienced shaggers. They should know what they're doing. Do you know what I mean?
We're in our mid-30s and it doesn't seem like we came what we're up to.
No, but what I mean is, right, for that to work, see if it was two, like, awkward, geeky folk that were struggling in love, right? But they were portraying they were two folk that loved going out shagging and had big dating lives and all this sort of stuff. Like, it didn't make sense that it was awkward and, I don't know, none of this landed for me. I just thought it was really
See, I
shit.
was just thinking about that now. How quickly does his character shift from his interaction with Emma Stone to then later on? He goes through this super confident, selfish, all about him guy who can be late and lie about it and all this kind of stuff to being a bit of a pussy for the rest of the film.
There's no consistency in the whole film.
I
Like,
just
don't
thought about that there now, actually, which is weird because I really enjoyed it.
I mean, that bit, he said he's ordering like that guy to take his trousers off in a meeting so he can go get dumped by Emma Stone.
Hey.
It's sort of enjoyable in a way that a really shit microwave meal is enjoyable if there's nothing else to eat. But it's not really, to me, it's like sustenance. It's no good. It's poor quality.
I actually forgot when Hunter said about the very when you mentioned the very start of the film, that completely is erased from my mind. To me, the start of the film is them two actually already, like, have already met, whereas obviously that's no how it starts at all. They both end up going through a breakup, which is bizarre. I don't know why that was.
And from the very start, it's hard to be engaged. I was saying, for the very start, it's hard to be engaged because that guy, what's his name, your fake Andy Samberg, and no actual reality would Andy Samberg be dumping Mila Kunis. Like, it just didn't make sense.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that.
He's punching there.
Sean, let's bring you in. We'll give you 10 seconds to tell us what you like. You can go back to sleep.
Aye, with these kind of films, I think it was you that said it, Kyle, you know already how it's going to pan out. I put my brain in airplane mode when I watch stuff like this and just... That's it. It is what it is. You've seen this film about 100 times. It's just different actors and different actresses and a different setting. I don't really mind this. I'm never going to kind of look... Well, to be fair, I don't really look too deep into any fucking film. I've not got the brain capacity to do it on a normal day. But with this, I don't really mind it. I don't delve too deep into their lifestyle, and it is a load of nonsense, basically. Like, but as I'll tell you, it's a better rom-com than this. Is the one with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds in it. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, is that the one where she's like his boss or something?
Aye,
that's quite good.
Just as Daniel was talking about, like, being relatable and all that, everybody's got a boss that they hate, and he's just like a normal guy. Yep. So that one was a lot better than this, but this one's alright for me. I don't mind it or that. It's not going to set the world alight for me, but I think it's alright.
Speaking of Sandra Bullock, I watched the movie for the first time the other day there, and I'm so shocked I've never watched this before. A Time to Kill.
That's going back.
It's on Netflix now. I've seen that on Netflix. I think it was recently added.
I mean, she's absolutely stunning in it. But what a film, by the way. Highly recommend watching A Time to Kill.
She's in a lot of good films. There's another one that for a similar time period called
Reality.
Murder by Numbers. It's got a young Ryan Gosling in it. It's also very good. Murder by Numbers with Sandra Bullock.
She's too good looking. I'm not watching that.
You're not watching that?
No, he's too good looking. I felt emasculated watching a young Matthew McConaughey. I'm not watching a young Ryan Gosling.
He wasn't as handsome when he was young. He plays a bit of a knob. I think he'll be alright. He gets his comeuppance as well. I'm spoiling it for you, but I'm also selling it to you.
He's one of the numbers that's murder.
I've lost the track of who's actually spoke about this movie, so I'm going to assume that Hunter's got more to say.
You would assume I'm still to speak. Yes, that's correct. But I can't add. I really everything that I would have said has been said by a collection of everyone here. As we've touched on, it's not the worst rom-com out there, and did have, I think obviously that one that Sean's touted with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds, but are there any other contenders? But I did have to think, what is the best rom-com? I don't know, is that something we can even put out to the masses and get some feedback as well?
What's your favourite?
See, that's the thing, I don't know. Maybe see for me, I mean, I do think it, for my enjoyment, I don't know, especially for this one, I mean, I'd sat and watched it lying down on a single bed on my phone in a hotel room in Rotterdam. It wasn't exactly the perfect setting for getting some enjoyment out of it. It's something I'd maybe watch with the missus or whatever, but I mean, as you said, Kyle, I did think Woody Harrelson was the best thing in this film by an absolute country mile. The soundtrack's alright, and it's a decent enough watch. It's just, I don't know, I think that's obviously with this type of film, it's never going to blow your mind out of what. It's never going to be a 5 out of 5 film. I think we just need to go in the mindset and accept that, as kind of similar to what Sean says, you know what you're getting, don't expect too much from it, and it shouldn't let you down.
There you go. Well, listen, I've pulled up, just to jump in the best rom-com movies. Vanity Fair have a list they did this month for the best rom-coms. Number 1, and let's go through if we've seen these. When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, it's very good.
Never seen it. You've got Mail.
Wait. So when Harry Met Sally, that's the famous scene where they're sitting having dinner and she has a fake orgasm at the table. It's been copied loads of times. It's Meg Ryan. She's in the top 2.
No idea what you're talking about.
I've seen You've Got Mail. Is that Tom Hanks?
Tim Hanks.
Tom Hanks, famous brother.
Still going back to the list, Clueless at number 3.
Yeah, Clueless is brilliant.
I feel like this list was compiled by someone who is at least the age of us, because all these are like proper early 90s efforts. Like, there's nothing recent.
Yeah, Bridget Jones's Diary's in there. I'll speed run a few of them. One that's we've reviewed before, guys, 10 Things I Hate About You.
That's alright, actually.
Number 8 on the list, Groundhog Day.
Is that a romantic comedy?
Did you notice that was Groundhog Day was recently, the actual day itself, and there was a channel on Sky Movies that played the movie back to back all day.
I like that. I saw that. That's funny.
For a full 24 hours, we played Groundhog Day back to back. That's incredible.
A strange couple of the rom-coms that I've always liked is the combination of Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. So I always liked The Wedding Singer and 50 First Dates.
I do like 50 First Dates.
50 First Date, I know that one.
I used to love that. I thought that was great as a wee guy. As a teenager, watched that quite a lot.
A rogue choice on this list here. Number 13, Coming to America.
I suppose it's a comedy where, it's excellent.
It's got this scene in it where he's in the big massive, it's like a fucking swimming pool, but it's his bathtub, and he's getting cleaned off his little servants, and she pops her head up from the water and goes, "Your royal penis is clean."
Good movie.
What was the name of the fake McDonald's?
Say that again?
What was the name of the fake McDonald's in it?
Oh, shit. That's going to really annoy me. You're Mr. Google, Kyle. You should look it up.
McDowell's.
Say that again?
McDowell's.
McDowell's, that's what it was. Samuel L. Jackson's got a small part in that as well.
Yes,
he's the guy that tries to hold it up.
We're proper sidetracking because we've not got much more to say about this movie, but the looks of it. Hunter, is there any decent trivia? And if there's anybody I've missed out, please jump in.
I'm just going to have a look just now.
Which means that Hunter's not recapped it, so we need a subject to talk about, guys.
Justin Timberlake's a weird way. Like, he's you notice he never gets cast in anything anymore. What's ever happened to him?
Oh, has he been to the island with Tarantino?
I feel like there's something weird about Justin Timberlake, and you know how Sean just gets these feelings about folk. I've got a feeling that Justin Timberlake's somehow got something a bit seedy.
Have you ever seen the movie that he done that is absolutely fucking dreadful, but it's a good concept of In Time?
I knew that's what you were going to say. Yes, I liked the concept, but it was very poorly executed.
It is such a like an interest. It's a very Black Mirror episode, isn't it?
If they made a Black Mirror episode about it, it would be 10 times better. They should do that. I've heard on that subject actually. While Hunter's desperately scrambling for some trivia, I've heard they're doing a new season of Black Mirror finally, which is exciting.
Yes, I had seen that as well.
I still tell people, Daniel, to this day about how you fucking stitched me up with that movie on Netflix. I got the message. Get a movie message with Daniel. Just watched Bandersnatch. Would highly recommend it. And I was like, oh, did you really enjoy it? Oh yeah, it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And there's me thinking, no, Daniel doesn't fucking lie about shit like this. Like I'm going to sit and watch it. And I sat on the floor and watched it because I watched it on an iPad and continually fucking selected different options and just rewatched this thing for about 3 hours, being like, I don't understand what's going on.
It's so bad.
Dreadful. I was absolutely furious at the end because I messaged you after it and I was like, I don't get this. And then you just burst out laughing at me. I was like, oh, great, cheers.
I knew also you were the only person that would actually watch it, so I didn't even put it in the group. I messaged you separately and was like, here, you need to watch this.
Like, probably by doing that too, you probably made Kyle actually feel all important and be like, right, I'll need to actually do this because if we put it in and a few have said, oh, maybe at some point, you probably wouldn't have even bothered, Kyle.
No, because I do recommend
Yeah.
I recommend things to Kyle that he actually likes quite a lot.
Right.
This is the only time I've actually stitched them up.
I really like Black Mirror though. There's not like most episodes are amazing. So then when they had this idea and it's like, oh, I wonder how this goes. If you can make your own movie essentially by picking the plots, but you actually can't though because if you pick the wrong option for what they want, they just put you back to the start and you have to pick the option that they wanted you to.
Yeah, you end up in this loop. It's so shit. Again, good concept, but we're not quite there yet.
But then, like you'll pick an option and it'll be like, huh, did you mean to select this option? You're like, no. It's like, oh, did you mean to select this option? You're like, fucking just finish your film.
It's like, do you remember when you were a kid, you got those books? There was books like this, and you got a choice. If you want this to happen, go to this page. And if you want this to happen, go to that page.
Yeah.
So bad, man. Like, great concept, but fucking awful. Doesn't
I'm
work.
going to select it for the next Seen or Unseen choices.
Oh, that would be a weird one to review. That would be funny.
We would all have different experiences of it.
Yeah. We should make it so you just have one go through, and that's it. You don't get to go back and change anything or that. You just.
We'll see if I can remember the fucking cheat code that gets it over in 15 minutes. Burnsies in a loop for 4 hours. Sean watching it with a hangover would be funny.
Are we ditching trivia again? That's how we counter.
No, like I've got a couple of things here. I was just letting you finish your conversation. That was all.
Oh,
so obviously it was kind of Kyle made a joke about it earlier, but the nod to White Men Can't Jump with Woody Harrelson playing basketball in the film, and also I think I got these two films confused. So Mila Kunis is also another rom-com that came out at the same time, but basically the same concept. But this one starring Ashton Kutcher. The film's called No Strings Attached.
Oh yeah. Is that the same thing? It's basically the same thing, isn't it?
Yes. Aye. So, funnily enough, both films have both made about $150 million at the box office as well.
Wow. It's like that had Natalie Portman in it.
Oh, so it's fuck's sake! But we're getting them confused because they're the Black Swan and the White Swan film earlier on.
Yes.
I'd watched both just for those two. I mean, Ashton and Justin.
Aye, of course. Just before you move on as well, have you seen they've got a remake of fucking White Men Can't Jump coming out? And I am so angry. It looks fucking awful. Like, I don't understand why you would do that. Anyway, carry on, Hunter. Sorry.
And also, basically, there was also a couple of add-ons to that, No Strings Attached. Also, so the other add-on was that Justin Timberlake and NSYNC, they had a song and an album called No Strings Attached.
Ooh.
I think that was released. I do kind of vaguely remember a video with them being puppets, but I don't know if it was them or the Backstreet Boys. They're both the same thing to me.
I think there was a puppet thing with NSYNC.
Yeah. And again, there's not much on it. Although I've just seen that the film grossed only $300,000 more than those strings attached. I mean, the IMDb need to have a look at this because there's one saying they made the exact same amount, and they've got this other bit here saying that it made 300 grand more.
Sounds like IMDb are trying to start some sort of beef between No Strings Attached fans and.
Jump onto the No Strings Attached to trivia, and it will tell you that that film made $300,000 there.
Well, segue, Daniel, I've just searched up that White Men Can't Jump. It's been released on the 19th of May this year. Starring Cinqua Walls, who I have no idea who that is, and Jack Harlow.
Oh, it looks so bad.
That Jack Harlow name rings a bell.
He's a singer. Never acted before.
Oh,
it's such a perfect film. Oh.
I'm just looking at the pictures and that's it now.
I'm just thinking about how shitty and lame and fucking stupid the banter's going to be, like the chat between them, because you obviously can't do it the same way they did it in the 90s with the way they spoke to each other. It's probably going to be fucking PG or a 12 or something.
Why not just make it like, if they are really set on having it, like have it be the sons of the two of them or something, like don't remake it because it'll be scene for scene and it'll be worse.
See, if I was going to do anything with it, just get original actors and make them in a fucking over 60s fucking grudge match against the old guys for the fucking neighbourhood. That'd be much better.
Or just leave it alone.
Aye, mostly just leave it alone, aye.
Fair enough. Well, we want to go and score this and we'll wrap up and make this one of the shortest episodes to date.
I think it's been alright. We've just go through it. But I think everyone's quite tired and I think Sean might be dead. So
my heart's still beating.
Sean, I'm having to be Robin Cola then now. Do you want one? Will I send one up to you?
No, I'm alright, thanks. I was going to stay in Glasgow last night. I even went to the shop right at like 12:15, and I thought it'd be a great idea to get a bottle of Morgans and a bottle of cola. I ended up just getting the last train home, so I've fucking the total waste of money. I'm actually glad that I didn't stay because.
Were you getting came out at fucking midnight, or was it that late, or was it in the?
It was actually 9:30.
You should have just got a dial-up booth and smashed the delivery driver like. One of our friends has done a part.
God.
Daniel's friend.
I like to introduce wild card strangers to the group every now and then, just for fun.
He was the definition of wild card.
Was that the same guy that when I walked in the room, he had assured himself and everyone else in the room that he knew me from somewhere and he had beef with me?
Aye, that was the same one, yeah.
You've got beef with a lot of folk, Kyle, though, so that doesn't surprise me.
Slander.
Have you noticed that a lot of these people just come and go for one event and then you never see them again? There's always a couple of tag misfits at these things, and then you never see them.
I remember once taking Sean. Remember, Sean, I took you in the car when I was driving to the shop or something, the bank machine or something like that. You were telling me how you were going to put this guy in a chokehold.
I watch UFC.
I've been watching UFC and I think I could do a Kimura.
Was that the night you had a puff of a joint and had to go home?
Oh, that was another bad night. Jesus Christ. I think I sat in your bathroom for about an hour and a half. Just like trying to control my breathing. See, when I think about like being in a state, like I don't normally get like that. Like I'm always quite careful not to. But that was, I can just remember 1 minute I was fine and the next minute I'm in the bathroom and it must have been there for ages and I was just sitting on the bath and I was like trying not to be sick, so I was like just breathing, and then I went downstairs and I could hardly walk and I was like, nah, I'm going to go home. And I remember walking home and I was like, it was like a power walk almost. I hated that feeling. Horrible.
Daniel, I remember looking at yours for the wrestling before, and obviously I didn't smoke, but there was smoking and stuff, and we'd got food delivered, and I'd got a pizza, and I was like, I'm going to stand outside and eat my pizza, because I didn't want the smoke to be around me when I was eating my pizza, right? But I was also hammered at this point as well. Ate my pizza, walked across the street, spewed my load, phoned a taxi, and paid 50 quid to go home.
I don't think it was still daylight at this point, I'm sure.
More than likely, I'm notorious for a wee 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock leave.
But WrestleMania's coming up soon, so we might have another wee party. Annoyingly, I'm at a fucking wedding on the first night, but I can have a party on the Sunday.
Oh, you need to rethink your choices here.
I know. I'm super annoyed about it, to be honest.
Well, on that note, let's. We never scored this movie, did we? Let's get to scoring.
No.
Right, Mr. Loverman, Burnsie, you shoot first.
I'm still a bit torn with this. I think I'm scoring it quite low. I'm going to give it a 2.75.
I thought you'd have went a lot higher than that, Burnsie. A lot higher than that. Fair score. I'll give it a 2.5. Which I think is quite high for me, but actually, this is a game when I think back to how we score this, right? Because I actually really enjoyed watching it, but I know it was shit.
Yeah.
So I think for me, is that there's a lot better romance movies that we've watched. That's what I'm basing it on, even though I didn't enjoy it.
I know there's better films that I have watched that I've scored less because I've not enjoyed the film as much as this.
Uh-huh.
Aye, that's the way we sort of do it.
But it's funny to think that I scored Friends with Benefits higher than No Country for Old Men.
Aye. Most people would think that's outrageous, which it is.
Oh.
But I used to get, in the very early days of this when we were on Twitch, I used to get quite annoyed about some of the scores, but I very quickly accepted what it was.
Oh, it is what it is. Hunter?
A solid 2 for me.
Solid 2. Sean?
2.5.
2.5. Daniel, wrap it up.
A second week in a row of a 1 for me.
You've had a rare time in the movies.
Christ. You enjoyed yourself, like.
You just did not like those naked bodies on the screen for too long. You didn't see enough Bobby.
Genuinely, so I do think that I'm not one of these folk. It's weird. I don't find any sort of celebrities attractive or that because, like, I don't know. It's just not a thing for me going, oh, she's a hot celebrity. So I think most of this movie is you either fancy Justin Timberlake or Mila Kunis, and that's the main enjoyment factor of the movie. I think without that, there's not much to it.
Do you think it's mad to think that she was married to Macaulay Culkin?
It's wild. Macaulay Culkin, he's a cool guy. Like,
I always forget that. Burnsie, what has that done to the overall scoring?
That's a 2.15.
2.15. Decent score for it. Fair enough. Well, that does wrap it up for this one. Do we know what movies we've got coming up next?
Well, let's decide right now. Let's go and look at the list. No decided.
I think the list is decided. I just can't remember what's next.
Yeah, so we've got 4 left, but we've not decided the order yet, so we can pick just now.
I thought we had decided the order, but anyway.
Oh, have we?
Well, see, I think I've got it on my phone, maybe.
There was one that did have the order.
I've not got it now, so doesn't matter.
Because I do know the one that I picked of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest has still not been watched.
No, I'm excited to watch that.
We'll do that next time then.
Has anyone not seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
I've not seen it.
Oh.
Burnsie?
I watched it when we were at school, but I can't remember.
Hunter, have you seen it?
Yes, I have. Fairly recently, I think.
Fair. I'm excited for someone who's not seen this to experience Nurse Ratched.
Can't be more ratchet than how I'm feeling now.
Oh, okay, so we do have an order. So it's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and then Taxi Driver.
Oh, an interesting week. 2 weeks, sorry. We do record these separately.
I'm excited for those two. What a step up in class and standard from these last two.
Oh, well, I suppose if we're going to keep letting folk like Hunter pick movies, we'll let him off for that last choice.
Yes, I know. I've allowed myself one choice in the future.
Still not forgiving you for Capone, that's for sure.
No, no one will ever be forgiven for that.
Do you know what? I've started recommending that to people now, just because
I presume you don't like these people that you're recommending.
I think it's a really easy sell of a movie, but have you seen the Al Capone movie with Tom Hardy? Fucking excellent.
Exactly, that's it. Everyone, a hook, line, and sinker, they bring you in and you realise that you're just getting served a hour and a half of shite, essentially.
Fair enough, guys. Let's wrap it up there. Let Sean get to his bed. He's a sleepy baba.
Yeah.
Sean, thanks for appearing.
Sorry for being late.
You weren't getting cursed at all. Like, I'll have to cut out the start of the episodes now.
Well, it's like, to be fair, Sean, I'd abused Kyle because the night you missed this, but the time.
So, guys, that's the end of the recording of the episode for this one. Us morons bid you farewell.
I want to hear what Burnsie was saying there.
Well, the last time we did an episode is that Kyle was meant to have been in his bed.
Sorry I don't speak moron as well as you, but let me try.
What the hell is supposed to do, you moron?
It's a moron. That's not against the law.
Gun, you fucking moron.
Dressed up like Batman.
Because he is Batman, you moron.
What are you, a fucking moron?
You moron! Drop dead. Moron.
Whoa!
Up here, you morons!
Stepping morons like yourself.
Me down, you moron! Hey, moron!
Bid you farewell and good luck, morons. Bye.